All right. So what's going on? Oh, you're fine? Everything's fine? Everything's fine over here too. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Just crawling out of my skin a little, but in a good way. In a good way. All right. This is the second video today. I know. The wind just blew, and I was like, "Oh wow!" All right. So I get this like hair is just. I get this imagery right of you, whoever's watching this. This also applies to me, but this is for specific people. You're like an actor, an aspiring actor, and you get a script sent to your house or something, right? And you're trying to, and you're reading this character, and you're not understanding how to play this character. You're like, how can I, be this character? Like, what is this character's like origin that makes them talk this way and do all of these things? And there's very little that you can actually get from that. So you actually have to go deeper into the character to understand why the character responds the way that the character responds. What's in the character's heart? What has the character gone through that it now makes them to where they are? And so the words come off of the page, and you'll actually be able to relate. So what am I talking about? That's a great question. Had an accident there. I'm talking about you, silly, and me. Basically, all right. So if you ask God, what is your calling? We would expect in some way that he's going to tell us something. We would want him to tell us, hey, what do we do? What do we do? But if he were to tell you what you're doing, it would be like reading the script and not relating with the character, because you have to go through what the character goes through to be who the character is. And I think that as it relates to your purpose on this earth, it's less about what you're going to do and about who you are and who you know yourself to be. The you that has been revealed to you by him. Right? So you can see it, and I actually have this this example in my own personal life. I remember the last time that I really encountered God. There's some effects after that. One of being there was like a couple of days later, I was like freaking out, and I was like, I got to go to the park or something. Like, I just felt like there was this like heavy calling on my life, and I now knew about it, and I felt so unprepared, right? Because this was before like getting on like TikTok and YouTube. This was before opening my mouth, really. I was really just like, and I felt like the Lord was calling me to be a voice. And I was like, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. So I went into the woods at the park or whatever. And I was just kind of like freaking out. I was just like, man, I don't know what to do, dude. I don't know where to go. I'm just like, I just feel like there's this calling on my life, man. And I'm just like, damn, dude, like I can't do this. I can't do this, Lord. And little did I know, right? But that whole day, that scene was like, the encounter was showing me who I was going to become, but it didn't show me what I had to go through to become, right? And so I thought that I was going to have the same confidence that I had back then to then speak. But God don't work like that. He's with you every step of the way, right? Covering every pothole. This is what I've found with him. Yes, there have been leaps of faith, but I swear he meets you with his grace. And he's like, it's less about what I'm going to have you do on this earth, and it's more about how I want to reveal you to you. The confidence that I have about you, that you then receive so that you can be your fullest self. You see, I didn't know anything about this. I had so much lack of self-confidence. I was like, I can't be a public speaker. Right? Like, I'm terrified. I remember one time at the mega church when we had like the 12-step group thing, regeneration. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or whatever, but there's like a big mega church thing, and there's all the people in the what is it called? The room where you go? Fuck, man. Words are hard. God, you sure I'm the one? Okay, anyway. Like the stage. I was on the stage. There's like all these people and they're just like, hey, just read these lines, right? Every week we have someone read this thing, basically. It's like, hey, my name is Brandon. I struggle with this. I have a new life in Christ, I forgot what it actually was. They gave me the microphone and my legs were just like shaking back and forth. I'm like, they're gonna find out that I'm not qualified for this. This is what I felt like. I felt like such an imposter. Like, don't hand me the microphone. I'm gonna fuck this up. I'm gonna get it wrong. They're going to laugh at me, right? It's gonna be like the Carrie scene. The blood is gonna fall on me at prom and I'm gonna be, will you go away, Buffy? I petted you enough. Oh, the chair is blocking you in. Get back! You pet him and he's just like, yeah, let me have more of that. Anyway, and so he'll just stay forever until you shoo him. I remember having that, right? And this was years and years ago. Years and years. This was even before the encounter that I had with God. It was just on this big stage and they handed me a microphone and I said the words, but my legs were just shaking back and forth and I was like, I can't. I was just so like, I don't want to ever do this again. I don't want to ever do this again. And where I was back then was I was a man not confident in himself because it wasn't my time to know myself. I don't know what would happen now, but I'm a different person. I'm more established in the Lord because now I know the character that is Brandon. So I know how to play him because I have walked in his shoes. I am in his origin story, right? I am there. So I'm not going to act like someone else is going to act or some like perfect way of like public speaking or whatever. I'm going to do me because the Lord says, do you, I honor you. I'm going to unveil you to you. You're going to see that there's so much honor in the way that I have made you specifically that it's not going to be like trying to play a character, basically. You're going to know this character. So when the script arrives, you're going to be like, I already know how to be this guy. I already know how to be this girl because I have walked in this character's shoes. This is something I didn't know because I thought he was just going to push me out into the street and tell me to like evangelize or something. Hey man, go figure it out. Boom, go. You know, and I was just like, well, I'm not confident. Like, I don't know. But that's how you do it, right? You just step out and you do that thing. And I'm like, well, no, it's not my experience. There has been, like I said, there's been leaps of faith. But I'm telling you, the Lord is more concerned with you trusting him building trust with you and you seeing that he is trustworthy so that he can establish you, so that he can reveal who he is to you. The domino effect of that is you get revealed to you. And so then you find the confidence in his eyes about you. He's more concerned with that relationship, that intimacy, than what you're going to do with your hands, than you being like, a preacher or a pastor or evangelist or whatever, right? That's what I'm finding about him. He's like, no. These titles don't matter that much to me, right? You're asking me, you're concerned with what a man is concerned with. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? But you will know what to do when you know who you are. You will know what to do when you begin to know who you are. It doesn't mean it's going to be like super comfortable because you're stepping out in the way that you're going to walk this thing out. And so you've never seen anyone walk that way, but you have this confidence because you've walked with God, right? And he's walked with you. And so he's just like, come on. No, I already know what I'm doing with you. You're coming out in the season. You're coming out in the season because I'm really good at having my children be free in themselves. I'm really good at bringing them out. No, I don't care about this ministry there and this ministry there, whatever. Like, I'm not worried about it. I have the suffering of the world in my hands. Let me prepare you the way in which I designed you to be prepared, right? So that it fits you like a glove. See, I had no idea that I had to come here. Wherever this is, I won't tell you. I had no idea that I had to go through that, right? And I'm still going through it. But the scared boy that had the encounter with Jesus that went into the woods, and the same scared boy that had the shaky knees whenever you handed him the microphone, like, is it supposed to be this high or this high or this high? And people are just like, just talking to the microphone. Like they're just like been confident since birth or something. I'm like, who are you people? You're lying. Anyway, so yeah, whatever. That same boy, shaky knees Brandon, and the one scared went into the woods, was just like, I can't do this, man. I don't want to do this, dude. I don't want to do this. I can't do this. The Lord was just like, you don't understand yet, but you will. I'm not going to train you up the way that a man would train you up. I don't care if you have the perfect words to say. I don't care if you have self-confidence or not self-confidence. Lack thereof self-confidence seems to be more room for you to receive his confidence. So that's probably a good thing, and the reason why he chose me. He seems to choose the weak ones that know that they're weak. The ones that are in need, right? He does marvelous things with those types. And I've always been that type. I'm like, where do I belong in the world? And he's like, with me, silly, you weak little goose. I'm like, damn it. Damn it. I don't belong anywhere else. I don't really drink the same Kool-Aid of the world and gotta be strong, strong, strong. Let's go, go, go. I'm like, no. Anyways, so you and me, you. Let's talk about you right now. You may be in a place where you feel like there's this calling on your life, right? You feel like there's maybe a heavy mantle or something, and you're feeling self-conscious about this. I'm the perfect person to speak about this. You have no idea. He's not going to take you in the way that you think he's going to take you. He's going to take you an unorthodox path, a path that has not been walked before. This will be your narrow road with him. But on this narrow road, everything is provided for you. The confidence is there. But see, the reason why you weren't able to find confidence before, and certainly not self-confidence, is because it wasn't your time to be revealed to you yet. In you being revealed to you by him, you're going to find the confident version of yourself. The one that's actually going to do the thing, do the purpose thing. Because if he's just like, oh yeah, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this, you're going to be like, oh my God, how could I possibly do that? Like, well, first you have to walk in your shoes for a little while, right? Like you've heard it like this, where it's like God won't immediately change your situation, but he will change you in the situation. I want to take it a step further and say, the way in which you are changed in your situation, when he's not changing your situation, the way he changes you is he just brings you out, right? So you go through, you wrestle with all the necessary things to become, right? You wrestle with him, you wrestle with yourself, your response to suffering, your response to pain, your response to the dry place, the valley, that's you. I have mine, and I've found honor in mine. And I didn't think I would find honor in these places. I thought I had to like stoic my way through. And he's like, no, I'm gonna bring you to a place where you're gonna get squeezed so hard you can't use stoicism to get yourself through this. You can't just act like things are not happening. I'm gonna bring out the real Brandon in you, so that whenever you read the script, you're just like, I know how this guy responds. And that's all you really need to know. You don't need to know anybody else's thing. Because if you know your thing and you're confident in your thing, then you're just going to be you. That's all. And in being you, you may have many titles. You may have titles that the Lord has you do, but you are you in those titles. You aren't trading you to be a title. No. That's not what God seems to care about. He seems to care about your entire well-being. He wants to know that the words that are coming out of your mouth, you've been convinced of. He wants you to be confident in the words that are coming out of your mouth because you have walked it out. You're not an imposter. You're not someone who's just teaching something that hasn't walked it out. You're not a talker for the sake of talking. You have also walked the walk. You must walk the walk to be confident in talking the talk. You see, whenever I was in the park scared, I had not walked yet. It was about to be that time where I was about to take quite the walk. I was walking with God at the time, but it was different. It was different, okay? He will bring you out. He is less concerned about what you're going to do for him, and he's more concerned with you being confident in yourself. But the self that he sees. And so it requires his perspective. Because he's like, I already know what I'm doing with you. Receive my confidence that I'm going to get us to where we're going. I may not be changing your situation right now, but I'm changing you in your situation. I'm bringing out you. So that whenever, years down the line and you're doing this thing, you're going to do it from a confident place. A place that you didn't know before. Whenever I was on that stage and my knees were shaky, I did not know this confidence that he spoke of. It wasn't time to know. What it was time for was to not feel confident and to feel like an imposter and to feel like people were going to make fun of me for being weak, because that's what I walked around with. But the Lord took me aside and said, I got something for you, boy. And I'm like, no, I'll be in the woods. And he's like, I know where you'll be because I've already walked where you've walked. And now and because I've walked where you've walked, I've walked with you on this walk. And so now I know you're going to be confident because I've walked with you. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. But men, it's just kind of framed in this way. And it's framed this way in this church too, because we've like focused on gifts and talents and stuff. It's like, you need to walk in the dry place with the Lord. That's where you're going to get it. That seems to be where you're going to get the oil and the you, right? He will reveal you to you in the secret place, the place where others can't see you. It's not their time to see you. It's your time to see you. It's your time to know that you are seen by him. They will see you when it is their time to see you. But hopefully when they see you, you are the confident you that doesn't need to be seen by them. What? Oh my God. Put that on a bumper sticker or something. That's kind of too long to put on a bumper sticker, but you get the idea. That was good. That was damn good, wasn't it? You see, I seem to be like confident in this way that it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't seem like it's mine, but it also does. So yeah, if I were to like I always like looking into the future and looking into the past and like kind of pulling it together. Like if I were to put myself in the shoes of that shaky kneed boy on stage, and God was to pull me to the side and he's like, no, don't worry about this. You're going to be like on the internet, making videos or whatever. I'm going to take you through and I'm like, no, I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything, because for the longest time, it's like the enemy's plan on my life has been doubt, fear, confusion. You have nothing of any value to say. That's just what it is. So I've kept my mouth shut because I feel like anytime I've opened it up, people and my whatever I feel, my mental blocks would be like, nope, that's not good. And still to this day, it's like everyone's looking at me and they want me to be heard or something. I'm just like, come on, man. I'm just here. Like, you're here, I'm here. Why can't we just be here together? Why do I not have to like why are you trying to push me out or something? I still hear it. But I used to be greatly influenced by it. Right? Now I hear it and I'm just annoyed. Right? This oh, you got nothing to say, like nothing's ever gonna work for you. Why do you talk the way you talk? Blah blah blah. Like all of this criticism shit. Right? All these accusations that I speak about in my videos. Yeah. Who knew that God actually had a voice for me, but it was my voice. And my voice is going to be like your voice is going to be that of which you've walked through. right? And what you are currently walking through. You see, I couldn't know that I was going to be speaking the way that I'm speaking in these videos because I had not walked that walk yet. So I couldn't talk the talk, right? I was like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to say? And who knew it was going to be like my own life? You want to use my life, God? Is that what it's for? No. No way, right? Can't be. So you're picking up the script, all right? You are going to pick up the script and you're going to know how to play you. That's all you got to play. You don't have to play anybody else. The hardest thing is we can't really play ourselves until we're shown who we are. And who is going to show you who you are? Him. And that would be a timing thing. So if you lack confidence, it's just an indicator that you don't quite know yourself yet, right? You're beginning. Give yourself, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Do the same thing for myself, right? Just like, Brandon, it's all right. Brandon, it's okay. I don't, though. I do. I don't know anymore. It's all right. That's all right. Everything's all right. You see, I thought I needed to sound like them, and I could never find confidence in sounding like them. Them is just anyone who's not me. So I feel like it would have to be like a costume that I put on or something. And I thought God was going to help me put on that costume. Right? Thank you, Holy Spirit. I feel like you're really helping me out in this right now. I thought he was going to have me put on this costume, right? This title, and then be that. And that's what he wanted me to be. And he was going to help me be more self-confident in a title or wearing a costume. Nope. That's not the God that's revealing himself to me. He's like, I know who you really are. And that person is confident. And when you know what I know, it won't be like putting on a costume. It won't be a title where you feel like an imposter, or shoes that you even have to grow in that are not your own shoes. You know, you're growing, but they're your shoes. Meaning you're going to walk this thing out and you're going to have something to say. You're going to be a witness in the way that you were created. The way in which he is training you up, you will be a witness of. That's all you need to be. What do you need to be? What do you have other than your perspective based on your life experience that is yours? This is what I think we all have. Our perspective based on our own life experience. What you have walked through. There is a voice in you to talk about it. You're like, no, I can't. Well, you're thinking because you're going to have to do it like they do it. But you're not going to do it like they do it. You're going to do it like he made you to do it. And trust me, whatever it is, it's less important to him. He's like, no. It's all right. Men think this way. Men think in terms of accomplishment, achievement, getting things done. It's probably why we have mega churches. This is why we have spreadsheets. I'm sure there's other reasons. Good ones. But the Lord doesn't seem to be about that. His spreadsheet is relationship. And damn it, he excels that file all day long. Yeah, seriously, okay? So his whole thing seems to be relationship. And him wanting to be in relationship with you. And then him wanting you to know that he's walking with you step by step, day by day. You're walking with the one who knows who you are becoming. When you start to walk with the one who knows who you are becoming, and you begin to know that he knows who you are and who you're becoming, there you will have the confidence. By faith, you will receive confidence. And you'll be like, oh, there's not a wrong way to be me. There's not a wrong way to walk this thing out. I've never been here before. This reaction is sufficient. Whatever it is. I have had wrestling matches with God. I've had wrestling matches with myself. Oh, man. I've wanted to be out. just not conscious, just out. Then I wake up and I'm like, God. Then the sun shines and I hear a certain song from the past and I remember, damn, this world isn't so cold like I once thought it was that other day. Remember? You see, I like that I use words in ways that I don't think you're supposed to use words or sentences or something. I pick up on that because I've always felt self-conscious about me. Go figure. Right. But I've looked at people. I've observed the way that they speak, their cadence and everything. And I'm like, where's my thing, you know? And the Lord's like, I know where your thing is. I know where it is. And I'm like, where? He's like, I got it. And I'm like, damn it, I gotta wait, huh? All right, let's walk. Okay, here we go. So when the script arrives to your house, and you read the title of the character that you're playing, you're like, oh, I can't play that character. Well, you just don't know yet. You don't know, right? Because the script is arriving in the future, and you're in the present, right? This is a future version of you. The version of you now has to walk where he or she has to walk to become the character that you play, and that you play well. Because you're going to do it the way you're going to do it. And there's no wrong way to do it. That's what I'm coming to find out. There's no rules, man. You can have ice cream for breakfast if you want. I wouldn't recommend it, but whatever, you know. You don't have to listen to me. I'm another person. Listen to God, though. You know, he'll let you know what's good for you or what's not. Basically, what I'm saying is there's no trajectory that you have to stick to get to where you're going. We don't know. What do you think? You're just going to have an outline or something? Good luck. He knows the plans he has for you. That's why he says, I know. He says, I know the plans I have for you. Does he say you know them? No, he doesn't. And that has been highlighted to me recently, actually. Emphasis on I know. And I'm like, oh, so you're flexing on me, God. Really? You want to go again? It's 1940s. He's like, you don't have it in you. I'm like, come on, buddy, let's go. Let's do it again if you want to. All right, I lost interest because he's got me in a low place. Come up. Low again. But anyway, what was I talking about? How long is the longest video on YouTube? Probably 10 hours or something. I don't think I could talk that long. Even 30 minutes is a long time for me. But this is what I'm also passionate about, right? And I would hope that you're passionate about it too, right? For the audience, it's the person who's had such a lack of confidence that I'm just no, I know something you don't know yet. Because you're like the shaky knees Brandon years and years ago. I know what you're talking about. I know how you feel. I know what you think this is and how it's going to go. And you're wrong. You're wrong. He's got a better way. He's got a better way. It might be the longer way. It might be the scenic route. But then that's where you find where life really is anyway. What it's all about anyway. He's got to show you. So it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. And that's my passion. I'm I want to pick up the little ones. The little ones who always felt like they had to look down at themselves. They're not confident. They feel like they have to be like other people, but they don't know how to be like other people and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't come easy for them. It's I see you. And God has a plan for you, and you seem to be very, very special, right? You're going to do it the way you were made to do it. Whatever it is, it's probably not going to be just one thing. There's so much more in you than you think there is. Just because you've been able to see yourself doesn't mean you see all of you yet. It's like you get to certain levels and then other things are unlocked. But you don't even know that those things exist until you get to that level and it's unlocked. So he gets you to that place, right? He gets you to that place. And he's like, no, there's so much more in you than you think there is. And this thing, in the way in which you are going to walk this thing out, and the things you're going to do in this earth, it's not going to look the way that you think it's going to look. Because you will be confident. Something about honor, man. Honor meets you right where you are and says, you're enough. I see you. I'm with you. We're walking this thing out together. Step by step. I won't turn on you. I know this is a weak position for you, but I am faithful to you. I'll get us there. And whenever I get us there, you'll say, oh, that wasn't the way I would have gone. That wasn't the way that I thought we were going to go. I thought you were just going to push me out into the street, give me a microphone and say, preach Jesus. But I didn't really have much experience to do that. He had to uncover me. He had to squeeze me. He had to bring out all of the things in the dark. He had to give me something to talk about. So it wasn't just like, so it was close to home. That's where I think your ministry is going to be anyway. It's going to be close to home. It will be in the place of your need. Because in the place of your need, there are others that are also in need. So where you have walked through darkness and now are witness to his faithfulness, that was the hope. You are now the light of the world, a witness that he got me through. He will do the same for you. And anything you think is going to hold you back in that, he uses it to show you that he's on your side. It's crazy. So all the doubt, all the fear, we say he just like sifts it or whatever, burns it up. I'm like, well, I think he uses those places of doubt and fear in you to further convince you, right? So he's really, really gentle, right? He has a very gentle approach with these doubts and these fears because they're personal. He's like, no. I got a plan for this. I'm not going to waste this. I'm not going to waste this. I want to show you. I want to convince you. Not just like, oh, you're good, you're confident enough, but like, just go. He just sends you out. He's like, no, we're going together. Because I've been with you in the valley. We're going together because I've been walking with you. I'll always be walking with you. That's the kicker. I'll be with you. I'll be with you. So the future version of you is confident because he or she knows, you know, he has been with me. And he does not shame me. And he does not look at my lack of self-confidence as a bad thing, but he says, this I can work with. This I can show you my faithfulness. In this, I don't care about what you're going to do in the future. I already know what you're going to do in the future, and it's amazing. I made it so, but I took ashes and I made it beautiful. I took the mourning of a previous season and I watered it for the season where the harvest comes and there's all the joy. I did that. He did that. I get confused sometimes. I think I'm God or something. No, I'm not. I don't want to be God. Because he's taught me how to be the weak one in relationship to the strong one. And yeah, that's better. It fits more, this human thing. I think that's all I wanted to say. Hope you got something out of that. Hope you feel this is actually directed towards someone I feel like specific. Hope you feel encouraged. He knows what he is doing with you. I'm evidence of this because I thought I was going to hold him back. There's still some doubts and fears that he's, paying very special attention to and being, I got to plan for this. I'm not going to forget about this. There's places in me, so many places in me where I need to be convinced that I have anything worth talking about. Trust me. I've been inflicted very deeply with fear and doubt and shame. But for some reason, here I am. And for some reason, there you are. All right. I'll see you later now. Bye-bye now. No, you hang up. You. Okay. To get 1, 2. Okay, for real now.